It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives, in association with the Overland Workshop. Remote outback Australia. About as remote as it's possible to get in Australia. 4 of us in 4 vehicles, all modern, well-equipped four-wheel drives, except for one, a vintage Land Rover product, no less. We are crossing the Canning Stock route, and so far it's doing its best to beat our cars to death. And we still have a good 1,000 kilometres to go, so we better get moving. Back on the track again. For about 3 minutes, and Heiner has reported that he has a problem with his Hilux.
I was coming around the corner with about 30-40 Ks, and there was a step up, like a really hard rock.
I remember
step up.
I remember it.
And I hit that pretty hard.
Okay.
And now my steering wheel is
a
bit on the piss. I just want to make sure that there isn't anything seriously bent.
Nothing obvious, but Heiner thinks it might be a control arm. Either
and my ticking and scraping is gone.
Maybe a control arm issue that is bent or out of alignment. And sounds like John sorted out his problem as well. That's the third complete four-wheel drive that we found wrecked on the side of the track. Every time I see one, makes me a little bit more worried about what we're trying to do here.
Is that a Jeep?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's got the roll cage in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, the rims look very Jeepy.
And it's a solid front axle. Beautiful country, really just taking a short break as Heiner fixes something else on the Hilux. I love it. To be honest, none of us thought it would be the Hilux giving us trouble at this point on our trip.
So we have a dune crossing ahead. I'm going to get the drone into the air for it.
This is the best, most exciting, most enjoyable thing you can do on the Canning Stock route. There are thousands of dunes just like this one.
John, explain what we're doing.
Putting in extra obstacles for the lads.
Yeah,
because we don't want to make it too easy for them.
I managed to get up here and I realized that I was about to get stuck, so I dug in really, really deep. John is gonna pull me out. Then we hit this thing with a lot of speed on the way up again. And then we're gonna set up the camera and hopefully we will see Rob and Andrew get stuck on the sand dune. Let's see. Okay, so what we've done here, this is a really steep part. If they're not expecting it to be that chewed up on the top, they will come up with speed, slow down to just hit the crest and get bogged straight away. That's why we duck a bit here. Won't be a problem, they just reverse, do it with speed, but at least we see them get stuck. That's the whole idea. Now we just gotta wait. Damn, we tried so hard. But Andrew, see what happens. See if he can get stuck here. I mean, we tried everything we could to make it as boggy as possible. If he doesn't get stuck, at least we get a good V8 rumble. Well, that didn't work. I think we have to try harder on the next one. Yeah. We had the Hilux completely bogged to the side steps. Just keep digging right on top, exactly where you would usually go. Oops, stop. So you get stuck, but you both went through. But we filmed the whole thing, how we snatched back and everything to set a trap for you guys.
The Range Rover is ballistic.
I know you. I'm getting to know you. I see the two of you stopping. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I better get this in first go.
Yeah. I mean, you went fast enough and you didn't do the whoop.
No, I went into third. I went from fourth into third on that point.
Yeah.
I banged it into third at that moment.
Yeah, I was hoping you would just do the up and just sort of stop on top.
Nah.
That would have been the end because there's tracks about that deep chewed up.
Nice try.
Damn it, next one.
All right, guys, shall we go? Good.
Drop something.
So, the trouble is with this gag, people will actually take it seriously and think that I would do something. That's the trouble. So I can't really use it in the edit because people would actually think, oh yeah, you're a moron, you're littering.
What?
I never litter. After an absolutely brilliant day's driving, it's getting on. Again, time to find a clearing in the Spinifex to set up camp. Today we're going to find camp early. Some of us have a lot still to do on our vehicles.
Heiner,
Yeah.
why did you have to catch up?
Oh, you know, I was filming and just playing around a little bit. As you do.
Heiner has decided that the problem with his front wheel tracking has to be fixed because his fuel consumption today has been way higher than normal.
The adjustment was all the way out, and as I hit it, the adjustment in the upper control arm went all the way in. So now the steering is out, and we tried to fix that. Lucky enough, I got stuck in mud before, and the mud went all the way through the wheel arch, and it gives us a nice alignment mark now. So we're gonna jack it up and readjust the upper control arm. I think it's really important to mention that this is obviously not a repair, it's just a readjustment. There's no breakdown here, nothing.
Nothing had to be replaced, so it's a hard one to call.
Just have to check.
Rubbish. It's a repair. Rob,
Yes.
I'm going to adjust the control arms on the Range Rover, okay? Just in case.
Maybe just the
in
ones
case
on the
Heiner
door that
hits
doesn't
me.
wanna-
Rob, show me. This is the most adjustments I'm needing at the moment.
And adjust your control arms for me. Perfect. He's gone to test, hasn't he?
Yep.
That was a short test. Yes, no?
I think it's a bit worse than before.
Put it back again.
That result makes this a good place to stop and spend the night. We did a tad over 60 kilometers today, so not a particularly good day distance-wise, but driving today was really fun. Really fun. The dunes are starting to get steep and really interesting. I hope Heiner does manage, in all seriousness, I hope he manages to sort out his vehicle. It's not a serious thing that he's having to fix, but it's affected his steering, so it'll affect his fuel consumption considerably. But I'm not particularly worried. Amazing place, eh? Rob has shown a certain reluctance in giving up the Range Rover keys. But tomorrow, I'll convince him. I need to give it a go through the dune field. So, yeah, it's lovely. Really lovely. So we are about halfway between the start of the canning and the first halfway point at Camaraderie, so we're approximately halfway on the first section. We've woken in a clearing in the Spinifex grasslands. I've been really looking forward to today. Today's the day I get to drive the Range Rover. Good morning. I think it's day 8. And as you can see, any attempt at tidying up my hair would be completely pointless. Rob, I'd like to take it for this morning, take it for an hour or two on the dunes. Yeah? No, I think I'll might ask Heiner, John, if they can have an idea on how to persuade him. Heiner, can you help me with Rob? He's serious. He doesn't want to...
He will not get out of there.
Please, there's got to be something you could do.
So, I came up with a little idea last night. Put it to Andrew this morning. And I think I was quite gracious that I said, it's your car. I think you should take it for a little drive. I can't have all the fun.
You gotta share!
You
gotta
share it! Come on!
Andrew! I'm telling Queen!
Otherwise, that's fine. I just need some short over fence. And you can park right behind it.
I'm not sure if anybody's counted them, but there are approximately 1,300 dunes on the route itself. Gently as she goes. Go back into high range. There you go. Nice, comfortable, reassuring click of the transfer gearbox. Yeah, the machinery is working really, really well up the steering, which is pretty vague, and people underestimate the Range Rover now. People look back at it and some have nothing good to say about it, but the fact is that in 1970 It was groundbreaking. And even today, compared to these vehicles here, it's performing brilliantly, easily matching them. Squirt it just when you need it. And if you go through a hole, the hole ease off a bit, and the moment you've got the momentum of the car as it goes through the hole, as it's coming down out of the hole, use gravity. Whoa. Not too soon, because if you do it too soon, it'll spin the wheels and make the hole bigger. You want to go woo out of the hole as opposed to woo into the hole. Guys, the one thing I think that we need to do to sort the Range Rover out is to in some way connect the steering wheel to the steering. It's not very good.
Hello.
And? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love Troopies,
Yeah.
but after driving a Range Rover,
Yeah.
I prefer to be sitting in there, mate.
Yeah.
So,
What? So what? What are you saying? Come on.
Gwyn may have phoned, and she said that I should be driving the Range Rover.
Really?
As agreed.
Really?
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
But the phone's dead now, so I won't be able to phone them.
Phone's dead now.
Sorry.
That's convenient.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right. Yeah, phone signal on that little bit of dune. Did you?
Just back there, about 2 minutes ago. Before we...
Should we go back and check?
Well, the phone's dead now.
Talk bullshit. Rob. I am now, from now on, going to call him Priscilla, Princess of the Desert. And I'm going to call the Range Rover Lucy. She's English, been around a bit loose. They say time flies when you're having fun, but before I know it, it's lunchtime. In a video I made not very long ago, I spoke about some of my favourite overlanding products. Now, the idea of having an oven that you can use while you're travelling. Right now, we've all shared some pies, which had been in our travel buddy for an hour and a half or something. So put in, close, drive, look at your watch, stop for lunch, hot pie. I have just baked 2 bread rolls in my travel buddy. I've now got fresh roll and cheese. It changes, it fundamentally changes the way one handles food while camping. But it looks like I've paid a high price for my fresh rolls. That sneaking Rob is back in the Range Rover.
Right, it's a little drive of the Troopy, and I can see what Andrew's going on about now. It's that rattling that he's got up here, or he had up here. Oh, having that noise drives me bloody crazy. Yep, will do.
I was starting to struggle. My tyres are quite cool, but I've suggested to the guys that we actually get them down a bit more, because I can see actually some divots that they're creating in the track, and it's a sign, it's without question a sign that the tyre pressures are too high, because the tyre goes cock, 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 and makes these divots in the track. No.
What you doing?
Gotta rescue Andrew from a big bad tree.
A big bad tree.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, see where they are. Okay, Heiner's bringing the chainsaw up now. So you finally got to use your toy.
I could. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to use the chainsaw.
You know, deep down, Heiner is very shallow.
What?
I said deep down, you're very shallow.
Ah, yeah, but I hide it very well.
Very well.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Again, today, southerly direction, and today's the big dune day. We had a lot of dunes yesterday, but today is almost only dunes. There might be some salt flats, salt lakes, they'll be dry between the dunes, but generally speaking, if you look at the map, we are in the thick of dune country, and the dunes generally run in a east-westerly direction, and looking at my map, it's zigzagging south, dune after dune after dune. Something's not
Sometimes as well, that strong smell of grass from my car, but then it's usually from me.
Strong smell of grass, very strong smell, and it's I'm gonna get the little bottle out just in case something happens. Ooh, that's not good. I nearly burnt my face on the exhaust pipe. That's not good at all. Check this. Oh, it's very hot. That's not a pleasurable thought. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. The exhaust pipe is incredibly hot. I think maybe the DPF fired, I'm not sure, but that was the smell. There wasn't any grass under there, but I sprayed it, and it's just got plumes of steam. Seriously hot, so that was the smell. Luckily there was no grass compacted in it. This is a well 43. It's been a really good run today. Great fun driving and a reasonable distance covered. It's time now to find a camp. We have calculated that we need to average 87 kilometers per day to arrive at the halfway point of the canning stock route, which is at well 33. That's definitely a doable mileage each day. The sense of loneliness and remoteness out here is extraordinary. But tomorrow I am hoping to get behind the wheel of the Range Rover again. Well, good morning. Beautiful night. The morning here was, to me, kind of illustrates what this part of Western Australia is all about. The utter silence, the yellow grass, and the sun coming up over it, and just presenting the most gorgeous, spectacular morning scene. We are a little over halfway between our starting point at Halls Creek and well 33, which is the halfway point. It's not exactly a halfway point, but it's close enough to call it halfway, and it's also a place where we know we can get water. If we travel 87 kilometers per day, we will get there in 3 days. So we're pretty much on schedule. And I want to drive the Range Rover this morning, so what an idea. Range Rover spare keys. So I'm going to put the troopy keys in there so he won't have difficulty finding them.
Not on your Nelly. I don't know why Andrew didn't want to drive the Range Rover today. I offered.
It's gonna kill your back!
Earlier in this series I mentioned that the canning stock route was a very, very tough route, and in fact if you had a breakdown you could lose your vehicle, and this wasn't just hype. This is not a very old Mitsubishi Triton, and well, it's abandoned. So if a major breakdown, you lose your vehicle. That much? No. Oh, God. The Troopcarrier, 600 kilometres, almost exactly on the first 90 litre tank.
Yep.
I've switched over to the second tank now, and now this is the second fill up.
Yep.
Not fill up, but we go up to
we've
three
got
quarters.
Three-quarter.
Because that leaks.
If you want to open the valve,
There you go.
you should.
We need something this.
Fuel.
You know, sometimes I think Rob thinks that I'm a complete idiot. And I'm going to show him now. I'm going to build something really, really quickly, high-tech piece of equipment that's going to solve a little problem that we have right now. I'll show him.
How does that work? Everything goes. And
We
relax.
should patent that.
Yep. You get that'll make you a lot of money, that one.
Fortune.
Yeah.
I could retire.
Easily.
No?
Well, we've just drove past what looked like a nothing road going into a well. Thought nothing of it, so we just thought, like a few of the others we passed, it's not going to be functional, so me and Andrew carried on. Honor and John have decided to do a detour, and they found it working well. So they're just going to run it through the system and top up all their tanks and jerry tanks, everything, and we've got plenty of water to go again.
Heiner has earned the reputation of caveman. He sees a cave and he wants to jump through it. Time for a short rest, so we let him indulge himself, while Rob and I stand around talking about him.
How did you guys go, Robbie?
Yeah, good. So
How's-
we were doing a bit of a circle around the bottom there, and Andrew realised that he had left my fuel tank open.
Cool. So how's the sand in the tank? Hey Andrew,
Yeah,
Rob told me you left the fuel tank open.
I did. He said I did.
He said you did.
Shit face. Being the lead vehicle, I've been tasked every afternoon with finding a suitable place to set up camp. We like to do this at about 4:30 to give us ample time to take in our surroundings before it gets dark. Today though, I've had a request. Rob has asked, can we camp on top of one of the dunes? And I think I've found one.
Quite easily go there because you can position the troopy right in there
Yeah,
to get your level.
yeah. It's a really nice tree.
Yeah.
Coming off here, this is flattish, so we could have a vehicle there, parked there,
Yeah.
another one here. We got this beautiful dead tree there,
Yeah.
that beautiful light. It might work, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to find any better. It's pretty nice. You want to camp on the top of a dune, this is probably a pretty nice spot.
Yeah. You've got all the view that way, right across there.
Yeah,
How far you can see there.
yeah. There are two terrain types that damage vehicles on the Canning stock route. First are these dunes that we've been crossing, and what breaks the vehicle is the constant banging. Up a lot of the slopes you get these things that I like to call yumps. They're caused by vehicles trying to drive the tracks in two-wheel drive, and the wheels dig holes. And some drivers like to do two-wheel drive and then only go into four-wheel drive when they need it, which I'm vehemently against because it damages the tracks. So you get these yumps, and the vehicle takes a great deal of punishment and pounding as the suspension travels maximum high, maximum low, and the shock absorbers get incredibly hot when working a heavy load in terrain like this. The other is corrugations. We have, up to this point, encountered almost no corrugations at all, and one of the reasons for that is because there's been so little traffic that the track has been very kind to us in terms of corrugations. We haven't seen the worst that Canning has to offer, I think.
Hey Robbie, have you checked your freezer recently?
Yesterday?
No, you didn't.
Nah. No?
No, it's been a lot longer than that. I put something in there. I've tried to sabotage the Range Rover with extra parts.
Do I want to look at this?
It's definitely frozen by now.
Really?
But that's from the Hilux.
That's right, I thought you guys could use a proper rear view mirror.
We never had one to start with. It's not as if we lost one.
No,
You lost your wing mirror.
and I share. That's what I do.
You share. Shares.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly.
We'll give him this one.
It's quite good.
Oh, I've got a bit of a problem with the Range Rover. I feel actually seriously, I feel a bit bad about making fun of the Hilux.
Yeah, because
You know. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm hoping that we'll find a remedy in here. There you go.
you reckon that'll do it?
We have a sticky door catch.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Give it a try. Give it a try. Fantastic. Well, thank you. This is well 36. Unused wells, while not refurbished like many others, do attract a lot of bird life. These are budgerigars, or often called the common parakeet. They are endemic to Australia and very common in this area because their main food is spinifex seed. Every now and again between the dunes you come over into these valleys and you see these forests of, well, what kind of trees are they? The bark looks remarkably like pine. They have long pine needles and they have pine cones. So what trees are they? They're called desert oaks. I just stopped to take a break, but everybody like me is also now climbing underneath their vehicles to check for grass. We went through a very, very heavy grassy patch. I got a lot of... I'm not worried about that really. It's not serious. I'll sort that out properly later. The radiator is quite serious actually. I think at the halfway point I'm going to take the grill off and get some high pressure air on that and see if I can do a better job than just pulling it out with a stick or a bit of wire as I'm doing. You missed a bit. hands work a lot better than a stick.
I think it's time to put the net on. It's getting more and more with the spinning fakes.
Well, that's the well 37. No water. It's not a functional well, so it's not that we can't, repair it. We can repair it or anything like that. The dunes have made way for a vast grassy plain. Our speed has increased dramatically, but instead of lumps and yumps, we've hit corrugations. Quite bad corrugations. It's also time to find a camp. We are actually looking for a campsite. It's almost 4 o'clock. We've been looking for 20 minutes and haven't found anything suitable at all, just spinifex. And you can't camp in spinifex.
I don't know how the others are going, but smooth as a baby's butt.
We're sitting at 50 to 60 kilometers an hour and making up good ground. At this rate, it'll be late, but we'll arrive at the halfway point at well 33 tonight.
I've been wondering how the Range Rover will handle the corrugation. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Like a sailboat through the dunes. Not that bad. I thought it was going to be bad, but no. Alright, not too bad at all.
We've made excellent time and arrived at well 33 just after sunset. It's deserted. Rob seems to enjoy driving that Range Rover. A little bit too much, actually.
COVID must be so bad here that even the cars have masks on.
Rob is still driving around like a mad person. That's not optimistic. No water. Ooh, gave me a fright for a moment. I thought, no water here, and then the trip stops. We'd have to get water. But it's fantastic. Warm shocks?
Yeah, the shocks are warm after that.
Warm shocks? Warm
Tested
shocks?
mine are touchable.
Is your
I
shock
just
warm?
burnt my fingers on those ones.
Mine are touchable.
Little bit warm.
Yes. And the shocks?
I'm fine. It's like one of them desert ships just sailing through.
That sorted. It's time to set up camp and enjoy the silence. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and there, as I sleep in my penthouse tent, I see the children and their swags. And we've all been woken tonight by a dingo that's on the prowl. I've done this many times. Mostly in Africa, that is. And the animals I am waiting to see or record are more often than not hyena, the sound that carries through the bush. As eerie as one can imagine. The dingo is not just the Australian equivalent, but it's equally eerie. As part of the 40-year celebration, Overland Workshop is offering a 40% discount on all courses and all subscriptions. However, there are 25 to go around each week. Once they're gone, they're gone. See you in the next episode.